Man, this tutorial is crazy. Usually when people do, y'all must hate my tutorials, bro. I don't know how y'all watch these. Like, usually everybody explains all the functions in the beginning of the video. I'm just doing what I do. I'm sorry. What's good, y'all? So today I'm bringing y'all a video on how I use Melodyne. This is not a how to use Melodyne because Melodyne has a whole lot more features than what I'm about to be showing you guys. But on this is like a common use case scenario. I feel like most people would get if you've never used Melodyne before or done pitch correction in general. This should be useful. But for like, there are a lot more stuff. There's a lot more things you could do with Melodyne. So yeah, I'm gonna be going in. This is a song. Artist's name is Stali, I think. And yeah, Stali. And it's a cool song, whatever. But basically, you're gonna see. So what I got is it's a lead vocal and a ad-lib track, and then like a couple other things. But mainly, it's just this lead vocal, the ad-lib track. I'm working on the mix, and I was like about to start doing the Melodyne. I'm like, this is a perfect next video because somebody was asking me about this recently. A lot of old schools, a lot of old school, more old heads, they will use pitch correction instead of auto-tune, right? So like they'll say they never use auto-tune. A lot of older songs never use auto-tune, and they'll just sing without auto-tune, and then they'll just pitch correct it with Melodyne, so that anything that's kind of off, like these a lot of people are like professional singers back in the day, like they actually practiced singing and things like that, so like they'd be really good at hitting notes, so they never used auto-tune. And a lot of older school people shun auto-tune. It's funny, you hear them, like people shun auto-tune all the time. They hate auto-tune. Newer gens, y'all use auto-tune all the time. We use auto-tune. We love auto-tune. It's like seasoning. It's like salt and pepper and adobo. But it sounds best. It also sounds best when the notes that are being inputted into it are also hitting the notes they're supposed to hit, because auto-tune is not a crutch. It's being more, it's like more flavor rather than like messing things up. So you could do this on your lead vocal, you do this on any vocals. I will say, in FL, I have no idea how to do this. I know that is a pain to do pitch correction in FL unless you use their own pitch correction. They have their own like pitch shift thing that you can use. I don't know how useful it is. It's tough to use. It's a little bit of a pain controlling it and replacing. There are tutorials on it, but I think whether you're in FL, Pro Tools, whatever, Logic, watching this video, at least to understand, I like to explain my thinking while I'm doing things, because I think it gives you a little bit more perspective on how an engineer would use it in a real situation, rather than me just going into Melodyne and, okay, here's what this does. This tool does this. This does this. This does this. That's how Melodyne works. I don't think we care how it works. We want to see how to use it, and that's what I'm trying to show y'all here. What I would say, just this is great. Like what I'm about to do here is great for the artists or the engineers who have artists that record in this particular way, where they'll do like their lead vocal, and then they'll do their ad-lib track. And like what happens a lot of times, they'll just like hit record from the beginning of the song and just do just like make sounds throughout the whole song, and then that's what you get. Like that's their ad-lib track, right? And a lot of times it's very like I shouldn't say a lot of times, and I'm not even saying in this scenario, but I've seen it a lot of times like this, and a lot of times it's kind of just like a little carelessly done, or I should say, let me put it this way. If it's like a carelessly done type of thing where they just record, just punch me in from the top, do the ad-libs, I'll go all the way through. Or if you're an artist that does that, it is, in my opinion, could be executed usually better. But if it's not executed that type of way, and it's just like a one and done thing, don't think about it too much, just want to throw something on there, just like give the song a little extra, whatever the reason you're throwing them on there, doesn't matter. A lot of times what happens though is those ad-libs and those layers will have a lot more like just imperfections and like missed notes with auto-tune and things like that. And most people don't notice it because it's kind of like hidden behind the song. One of the reasons I like to do this is because those little imperfections, just like noise and like sound floor and stuff like that, which I could talk about in another video, but just like, like when there's extra noise, you may have heard me talk about that, like when there's just extra noise that you don't need, things that are taking up space, but they're not really like enjoyable. Like extra noise is always in my opinion, undesirable and gets in the way and doesn't really help. So when you have ad-libs and they're like really low, you should still want to hear them. You should still want them to do well, and you should still want them to add value to the song. If there's a bunch of notes being missed and so on and so forth, then this is a great reason and also great practice as an engineer to go through and just Melodyne vocals. This is going to be very basic pitch correction. There's a lot of different ways to use Melodyne, which I said before, but this is basically just like what I find myself doing like 99% of the time, and I'm going to just tell you how I use it. Now I'm in Pro Tools today for this. What I'm going to tell y'all about Pro Tools, this is one of the reasons I love Pro Tools over any other DAW is because of Audio Suite. I don't know. I've only really been in Ableton and I've only really ever been in FL and like sometimes Logic for sessions that I mix in that are not here in Pro Tools. And I don't know if Ableton or Studio One or whatever else there is out there like does this, but Pro Tools has this thing called Audio Suite, right? So if you load up a plugin and you throw your plugin on there, and you know whatever you're doing with it, that's the only way that you can use said plugins, whatever plugin it is that you're trying to like get function out of. And this thing called Audio Suite that Pro Tools has, I'm not trying to sell you all on this, but I guess I am. No, I mean, look, so this thing Audio Suite, this allows you to like load up a plugin separately, right? So you can do this with reverb, whatever, blah blah blah, all your pitch correction stuff. Melodyne is kind of like, when you buy it, it's kind of like it's made to like kind of be built into Pro Tools. But what you can do, and you can do this in Audio Suite with any plugin that you have. I could like do this like a reverb or whatever. You can load up a plugin, and rather than it being on the signal chain, the Audio Suite plugin is working on the raw vocal. It's working on the vocal before signal flow. It's working on the vocal like from the clip, from the raw clip. It's not working on it after or like wherever you put in the signal chain. You're working on the raw audio. So like I could do something, I could add reverb to this. So like if I audition it, so you don't hear the auto tune or anything on it, it's the raw vocal. And so like you can add your plugins to it. And then when you're done with it, you can render it out, and it will replace the raw audio. So now I have a new audio clip that has been burnt in with this Audio Suite plugin, this reverb that I just added to it. And so it's the same thing with Melodyne. And Melodyne, when you're doing pitch correction, you do it on the raw original source. Melodyne is different from Auto-Tune. Auto-Tune receives the signal you give it and pitch corrects it in real time. Melodyne is done, what's the word? I guess it would be passively. I don't know. But if you have Melodyne, so you load it up in here. And just so you guys know, this is not the only way to do this. You can do this with other plugins. There is an Auto-Tune. Auto-Tune Pro has their graph mode, so you can like record. You can do the same thing. You can like record in the audio, and then you can do pitch correction the same. And it'll record it in, and then you can do pitch correction the same way. I don't know how to use this. I haven't used it, but I know this is an alternative. I think Waves also has a version of their own pitch correction as well. I don't know where it is. I don't ever use it, and I know that they are subpar to Melodyne. Melodyne is elite. It operates so well, and it just does its job really well. So anyways, that's why it's built into Pro Tools now. It doesn't come with Pro Tools, but you have the license, of course. But it like, anyways. So boom, here's Melodyne, and I'm gonna just like fully blast it. We're gonna hear the raw audio. Oh, so this is a little different though. This does work how Audio Suite works, but you can play it to hear it through the track. So I am hearing the output, but I'm operating still on the original raw vocal. So when I'm done with this and I right click and I render it out, oh yeah, that's how you would activate Melodyne. You right click on the clips that you want to edit, and then you just right click and you edit it. That's how you activate Melodyne for that clip in Pro Tools. But anyways, forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so you are operating on the raw audio. Anyways, but here we're gonna hear it with some processing, and I'm gonna turn the reverb and stuff off, and I'm just gonna like walk you through the keys and the stuff that I use. So let's just listen. So I'm already hearing like notes being missed. Like, wait, let me put my headphones on. So I'm already hearing notes being missed. So, like, that right there. So you can double click up here, to play from like wherever you want it to. Yeah, so I like that there. It's really important also to just like, there's a lot that goes into understanding how the voice works. I want you to keep that in mind. Like, what you're looking at here in Melodyne, and this is going to be pretty universal for most of the pitch correction plugins. So you have like this orange blob, right? And that's kind of indicating like what note Melodyne thinks that this particular part of the clip is trying to hit. Then you see this line here. This line is the exact note and the exact, like, this is the exact vocal. This is exactly what the vocal's doing. Like, it's here, it's at this part of the note, and then it goes up here, and then it's here. And then, you know, when you're singing, you know, you're going to different places. So this is just where all this line is the actual vocal. This orange blob is just the note that Melodyne thinks that vocal's trying to hit. It's just two different visual representations. And also, it is probably it's probably safe to assume that that's kind of close to what auto-tune is detecting in terms of the note that it thinks you're trying to hit. And that's probably going to be where it is that it's correcting to, or whatever, you know, if this is on A almost, but like here, if you double click it, it'll put it right on the note perfectly. But so like, yeah, it's like saying it's like down 25 cents. So like auto-tune is pitching up that vocal right onto A by 25, you know, whatever. I think I'm explaining it a little too much. Anyways, so here in Melodyne, so I just select the clips just to do it. And let's just play it through. This is messy here for sure. It sounds like it goes up a little bit. It's just shaky. I'm gonna just move that there. Double click on it, just kind of snap it to the note. I wouldn't just do that for every note. Usually just to start. Yeah, it's closer. It still sounds weird here. Yeah. That's so you see how this tail is kind of going up here, like right at the end of this note, like as he fades out of it, he goes back up. That's like a common like missed, you know, that's like a common error. So like I don't want to. Oh, so this tool right here, sorry. So the two main tools that I usually use, by the way, are the main tool and the pitch tool. Sometimes there are other separation. There are other tools here that are all extremely useful if you know how to use them. You could completely transform a vocal with Melodyne. I personally, in the past, the way I learned to use Melodyne, I literally just looked up Melodyne tutorial and watched like a 45-minute long tutorial of them explaining every single tool. That I would also recommend to do. I'm just showing you actually how I would use it in this situation, and the video is going to be titled like kind of accordingly, probably like, you know, pitch correcting an underground song or something like that. That's probably going to be the title. So like in this scenario, this is just, you know, I don't need to be doing super intricate like things right now necessarily. So I'm just showing you the way I use it again. Yeah, so and then the modulation tool. So if you click it, it's on like this pitch tool thing, but if you click it and then go one down, there's the modulation tool. And so what happens with this orange blob, like I said, is the note that auto-tune thinks that is trying to be hit. This line is the actual pitch of the vocal. So before I just unmodulated this, it was like this, and you can kind of hear him go up at the end of the note. Oh no, it was more than that. It was like this. Fuck, hold up. It just doesn't sound like it finishes right here. Like I just hear it going up. So in this situation, like I see he's going up like this. So modulation tool. Oh, you can right click, I think. Oh yeah. Right click to get to the tools is easier too. So it's like I see he's going up here. So I'll use the modulation tool. I'll just click and hold Control if you're on Windows, Command if you're on Mac, and just have the Command or Control just gives you finer control of like moving it up and down. If I let go, it moves faster. But yeah, so now I just kind of bring it closer, and now it's just a little tighter at the end of it. And this too, so much cleaner. So before, let me undo everything I just did. Now I'll go back. Oh shit. Wait, I can't redo? Redo? Fuck. Back again. Just messy. So one of the main points I want to make here, the reason I do this in my mixes, especially in a situation like this where it's just like a one take all the way through, and I could just like I can hear it when I listen to just the ad-libs, like I can hear the notes missing, is I will go through and pitch correct these, because even though artists, producers, engineers, something to keep in mind here, even though like you might tuck something away in the song and you're like, oh, like I don't want it to be heard. I think that's like one of the silliest things. Like, why would you put something in a song that you don't want to be heard? It's a song, it's audio. We want to hear it, or it shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? So even with ad-libs, where it's something like where you kind of tuck it behind other things, it should still be taken just as serious as a lead vocal. And some people neglect that sometimes. Maybe not, but I used to neglect that a lot earlier in my career. When someone would do ad-libs, they'd be like, yo, just turn them down. Like, I don't really want to hear them that much. But I heard somebody say one time, like, I'm assuming when I'm working on a mix that if it's in the song, it's supposed to be heard because it's a part of the song. So, you know, if you want it, if it's supposed to be heard, you want to still have it in good condition. So I try, and I'm going to go through now, and I'm just going to kind of explain my thought process as I'm hearing notes that miss. I'll also explain a little bit more. I'll just try and explain things as I'm doing them, which is what you usually see me do. So I'm just gonna keep going through now and see what else I hear. This is still missing. I don't know what happened here. This just is like a weird, they just detected this weird, detected it an octave lower just on that note. And it just drags weird. It's this. It's better than before. All right, let's keep going. So now this is this clip here. Yeah, you can hear at the end this shoot. Oh, you can see it. So I'm gonna modulate that just to bring it down. So the modulation tool is going to, I don't think I actually explained this. It's going to basically change the amount that this line is modulating. It's changing how far off it goes from this perceived note here. So like when you turn it up, it overmodulates it. It modulates it farther away from that root. When you bring it down, it brings those. It's easier to kind of see it on one like this, where you can see the way it like wiggles around and shit. Brings it closer when you bring it down. When you bring it up, it brings it farther away and more drastic and like weird. And here's the thing, you want to keep this in mind, because you don't want a vocal to just be perfect snatched onto it the whole time. Like you can, if you wanted to, you could bring the modulation to 0 and have it not vary at all. But that variation is still important in autotune. It's what creates like that autotune feeling. So if you're just snapping all the vocals right onto the notes, you're basically doing what autotune is supposed to do already. But when that variation is there, or I should say, it's not, you're not doing what auto-tune is doing already. It's more like you're taking away all the character from it, and that character and that modulation and the kind of imperfection is what makes auto-tune sound cool. You don't want to take it all away, but when there's too much of it, that's when you just need to adjust it to make it hit better. Let me just undo everything I just did. This note right here, this right here. Oh, so here's another tool I use sometimes. This is the note separation tool, and all you do is you click it, and then like this is really two notes here. Like he goes up here, and then he goes down here, and then so like it's two notes, so you can split it like this by double clicking on where you want to split it at, and then now I have control over both two different parts here. So yeah, this is where I just feel like it's yeah, it should be there. Yeah, and then this is too high, I think. Yeah, it's the same note as this first one. I'm trying to hear these things in my head. Yeah, so much cleaner. Same thing here. Let's fix this. And like you still hear auto-tune. You're not completely fixing it, you're just adjusting it. Oh yeah, this is everywhere. I think this is supposed to be here. Yeah, it's better. Oh, this is a mess too. See, like when this stuff, like if you tuck an ad lib behind, even though you're not hearing it, it takes feeling away. You can feel it. Yeah, better. But when these notes hit the way they're supposed to hit, it adds so much. It gives the life gets more life gets brought into the song. I like how that sounds. That's fine. Sometimes I want. Oh, that I need to fix for sure. Yeah, with the ending there. Wait, somebody just wait. Yeah, there it is. Wait. I'm really just listening for things that are kind of turning me off about the way the auto-tune sounds. I'm double clicking again to snap those. Yeah, see, that doesn't. I knew that. I know I'm not the best singer, sorry. Yeah, and then it glides so much better. That's fire. I don't mind it hitting that lower note. It just kind of sounds fire. Just make sure I want to hit it well. I feel like this should vary more, modulate more. How do I make this sound? Oh, on the when you're on the pointer, if you click and grab and go up, it's gonna go. It's gonna snap one full cent up or down or semitone, whatever. But if I click and use Alt or Option on Mac, it lets you free drag it. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So it was like this before. Let me bring it back to what it was before I pitched it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, before I chopped that up, right? I want it to like roll a little. So you gotta like bring this lower. Yeah. It's like. So like something to keep in mind here, we're not hearing this raw. We are not, again, it's just like a reminder, we're not actually hearing this raw clip right now. We're just working on the raw clip. Working on this raw clip, the first thing it's going into in this signal chain is auto-tune. And so here, there's something interesting to point out. So, that's kind of how it sounds like it goes to me. It goes like, and that third note is like a little lower. What I'm seeing, though, is I'm seeing two notes that are perceived by Melodyne to be the exact same note, but they sound different. They for sure sound different and hit different. And it's because of the way that his actual voice is varying. It's modulating, whatever. I really don't know what the terminology is. I'm not a terminology guy. I'm just trying to make sure I can explain this in a way that works. The reason, even though they're perceived to be trying to hit the same note, but it sounds different when it comes through that auto-tune, is because of the way his voice varies and modulates. I'm pretty positive he's supposed to be trying to hit this C here. Auto-tune knows he's trying to hit C because I'm pretty sure B is not in the scale? I don't know. Maybe it is. But I know he's supposed to be trying to hit C, and because of the way it modulates, on the first note, it is definitely pitching it up to C. But because of the way it modulates here, and it doesn't really hit C as closely, you can see here, it kind of just like peaks into it. Here, it kind of holds up there for a second. So auto-tune knows because it's closer up there, that's the note he's trying to hit, so I'm going to pitch it to that note. But when it gets to this one where it's not really getting up there enough, it pitches it down one because that's what it thinks it's trying to get to, because he spends most of his time lower here in this part. So just listen again. So it sounds like it's lower, right? Anyways, so I know one here, he's definitely trying to go up, and this is not pulling him up here. This should be up here because I know it's C. And this also needs to be up here. This, I don't need to move this. I could have kept this here because of the way it modulates. It's already grabbing it up there. But because when I brought this up, I realized that's the note he's trying to hit. I feel like I just did that too because I feel like I know this is what it's trying to hit, make it easier. See how it sounds in the auto-tune. Versus here. Yeah, I'm going to keep you there. But I don't know. I'm just trying to explain my thought process while I'm doing this. This is just a nasty note. It just didn't even pick this up. I'm not going to force it. I don't even know how to I don't even know how to like get the note. So let's start for that. Yeah. Yeah, that hits. Oh, another thing. Command and Option, or I guess it'd be Control and Alt on Windows, I think. It brings in the zoom thing. So here you can click and, so you can scroll up and down, or you can go like this. You can grab the edges of the sliders to zoom in and out. Man, this tutorial is crazy. Usually when people do, y'all must hate my tutorials, bro. I don't know how y'all watch these. Like, usually everybody explains all the functions in the beginning of the video. I'm just doing what I do. I'm sorry. But so at the edges of the sliders here, you can grab them like this to move them, or you can do, like I said, Command and Option, or on Windows, I think it's Control and Alt, and just click, and like you can kind of drag it like that. That's what I've been doing. And then I let go, and now I'm on my pointer again. Option, Command, or Control and Alt in Windows. All right, where am I anyways? Yeah, and like once you just click, and you do it, and you'll figure it out. You'll figure out how like it slides and shit. I don't know. Like when you move your mouse down, it stretches it. When you move it up, you'll figure it out, bro. You got this. That hits. Let's go to the next one. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I think it's supposed to be A flat. Yeah, so I'm just gonna adjust it so it gets there. Yeah, it's a little, it's coming not, it's low-key bringing it down a little. Maybe it's supposed to be there? I guess that sounds better. Let's just grab the tail. I hear the tail. Some of these, like, sometimes these scoops are important. Like the way it scoops in, like from like kind of starts down and comes up. Like the stuff is important. You don't want to remove all that sometimes. Like that's what gives, again, that variation that auto-tune has. It gives it that sound. Yeah, so like right there, it doesn't give me a note here for this, but he obviously goes up and it just doesn't hit the note right. It's too high, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I want it like there. But this is messy too. This one I'm just gonna modulate. Oops. It's not really good. It's weird. Now it's going too high. That's better. I don't like to overdo it. That's one thing I've learned with Melodyne. Don't overdo it, because then you don't want to take away from whatever the original like voice was trying to go. You know, you could do everything. You could do things with Melodyne like pitch, like you could like control and then control shift. Oh no, control. Yeah, you send it up there. Yeah, you do whatever you want with it. It's kind of cool. Let me just undo. I don't even know where it was supposed to be. Oh, redo. Bruh. Yeah. End of this is weird. Yeah, it's fine. Really hope the audio is good on this video. I haven't fixed it, but I know on the stream it was so bad. That's good. Sounds shaky. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna leave that. Oh, let's fix the tail of that. It's like weird how it's grabbing it sometimes. I don't like that. It's valid. Oh, let's fix that. That's definitely not supposed to do that. And I know I'm just like going through and just doing it and like not like, maybe, I don't know if this is valuable, but I think if you are watching at this point, I think it is important. I think it's not bad to like kind of just watch me do it, because every note I hear is different. Every person you work on is going to be different, and what I've found is that every situation, every note, like everybody hits everything differently, and the way that you operate on things in Melodyne, you do have to be kind of like picky and particular about. You can't just do shit and like make things too perfect. Like, I guess like imperfections really make a voice what it is, right? So like you need to maintain a character and like certain things, it's kind of hard to explain. I feel like my teachers explained it to me way better than I'm explaining it right now, but I hope it's gonna, like, I'm getting a point across. Like the little things about the way a voice modulates like makes it what it is. So you don't want to make it perfect. You just need to pay attention to that when you're doing it, because it will affect how the autotune sounds. I definitely said this before. Ooh, I don't know what's going on here, bro. Actually, I'm just gonna do modulation. Actually, I'm gonna do that there. Nah, he was definitely trying to go down though. It doesn't sound right. There's that. This is fine. No, it's not. The hell? Doesn't. What the fuck? Oh. Careful of like grabbing these edges here, because you can like stretch vocals and do shit like that also. You can do timing stuff with vocals, which is really useful if somebody's like offbeat really bad. That sounds like a mess. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Sometimes things are really too bad to fix. It's okay though, it's not like a big deal. That's fine. And sometimes it just happens from being like really scratchy or like just like really low, like not trying or whatever. Just like having that type of like just like lazy-ish delivery. I'm not saying lazy in a bad way, but like, you know, that type of, you know, tone. Nah, but I don't want to take that away. It's fine. I kind of like that. Whoa, what? He's like, it's like so, it's like scratchy. So it's like his voice is so scratchy. It's not even picking it up. I'm not even gonna deal with that. Don't want to force it. No, no. Yeah, that just had to come down. I don't even know. Still sounds weird. Still sounds weird. That sounds good. I like it's like it sounds weird, but I like the way that sounds. Still, we just made it better, even though it's not like perfect. We definitely just made that better. What's going on here? This is really common, by the way. I didn't like pick this song because I'm like, oh, it's ass or anything. I'm like, oh, these adlibs are trash. This is really common. Like 75% of songs like this happens on. People just like don't think about adlibs too much, and like they just do them and then they forget about them. And engineers and producers will neglect them Newer engineers and producers will neglect them. I guess I'm just pointing that out because I hope it didn't come off like that earlier. Yeah, he keeps doing this thing where he kind of like, what's the word? I don't know. Just like slides out of the note right at the end of them. That's better. Where are we? Is that what he's trying to do? I think it's supposed to come up that last. I think it's supposed to come up. Yeah. Because like I could have just done this. It's completely different. Sounds different. I'm trying to maintain what he's doing. Just fix it. Make it sound a little better. Yeah, this is a mess. We can fix this, I think. I always forget I can right click. Trying to remember to right click actually. I try and avoid making it flat. Unless it like really needs it. That's fine. That's cool. I think I'm gonna leave it up there. Alright, my dumbass. Something else, honestly, I should have mentioned before, is like when you're doing this, you do want to hear things in context. I didn't even play the song in the beginning of the video. That's funny. A decision like this one, where like I let this one go higher rather than bringing it down, that's something I should listen to in context for sure. So like, let's just make sure it actually sounds good with the rest of the song. The rest of it is really consistent, so like I wasn't not too worried about like making sure it's like gonna sound good because I know what he's trying to do there. But this one is like he kind of went up a little high. I don't know if he's trying to do that or not. So let's just see how it sounds with the song.
She don't know they staging. All the money came from different directions. Got so many people. She don't know they staging. All the money.
Yeah, that's fire. It sounds good. Sounds good with it behind. Let's fix that tail end of it. So I will also admit, I know for a fact there may be somebody who knows how to use Melodyne already watching this. Maybe not. Why would you? That might say like, oh, Corp, there are other tools that you can do. Like there's like this pitch tool. I don't know how the pitch tool works. You know what I'm saying? I just find that the modulation tool helps me with everything I'm trying to do. And there's the pitch drift tool also. Like maybe. Interesting. You know what? Actually, maybe I'm learning something right now. So like the modulation tool and the drift tool, maybe they kind of do two different things. The way that I could probably just look it up and figure it out, but I think the way this operates actually, maybe I should have been using this more. The drift tool seems to only fix the end parts. Like how far it drifts off versus the modulation tool. It's the whole thing. It's how much the whole thing is modulating versus the drift tool is just how much it's drifting from the left or right side. That's interesting. Probably could have used that for some of those tails that were scooping up. It's crazy. I literally never knew about that or tried using it until just now when I'm explaining how to use Melodyne. It's hilarious. Let me undo all that shit I was just doing because I was not paying attention to how it sounds. Let's try this on here. This doesn't seem to be doing anything actually. Modulation for sure. Yeah, that's good. This is weird. Let's fix that. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's really just the click tool, the pointer tool, the main tool, and the pitch tool. That's like all. I mean, I'm sorry, the main tool and the modulation tool. That's literally all I use. And you can see the difference it's making on the vocals. When you click and hold, it previews it. You can't be playing if the song is playing though, and you click and do it at the same time. It's not gonna play it. Same thing. That's messy. It's messy as hell. Modulate that a little. Something's going on there. Something happens here. That's a hard one. Might be stuck with that. And that's it. Boom. Now, it's like we kind of just cleaned it up. I'll show you before and after real quick too, just to finish this off. And it's really just gonna be, how do I I'm gonna make a new track real quick. Yeah, keep all that. And then let's turn off Melodyne on this one. So let's clear this. None. Well, Melodyne's off on this. Okay, so I'll play like the first like however long I feel like I should play. I don't know. I'm just gonna mute this one first. So this is the one with Melodyne. I'm gonna play like a minute. All right, now I'm gonna play the other one, and really just listen like closely for any type of like notes that just feel like they didn't hit right. Definitely that one. Definitely that too. Yeah, like let me play those two again right there. I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna go back and forth. That's no Melodyne on those. This is with Melodyne. So that little difference, that little change in a song like this where he's harmonizing and he's like singing and is very auto-tuney, the way those notes interact with each other between the lead vocal and the ad-lib and like the layers all those layers happening at the same time need the notes to hit right so that they feel good. Because if a note hits and the other one doesn't, it's gonna feel like wrong. But yeah, so and then this, so obviously I did this on adlibs, backing vocal layer, whatever you want to call it, a double, I don't know. Everybody just names things these days. I did it on this backing track here. This is very useful for doing for pitch correction your lead vocal, anything with auto tune on it, very useful. Anything without, so I would say like put it like this, like, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will read every comment. I always try and reply. I love all the comments and the love y'all been showing. Like, it really means so much, bro. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Yeah, make sure you guys follow me every Linktree in the description. And yeah, happy cooks. Make some good ass music. I love y'all. Peace.